Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. I'm here today to share something that I realized. I'm going to share the story of how I came to realize that when we are almost to the point where we're about to manifest something, we can close down because we start to feel into it coming and we become impatient. And then in that impatience we become restricted. So I'm going to start with the light language today, and then I'm going to give a deeper understanding of how I came to see through working with my son, through events that happened to him in his life, how I came to understand that when we're almost there, we're at that like 90 to 99% there, that when we feel it coming, we can then become impatient, and that impatience actually creates restriction. And this is also related to how everything on the outside shows us something on the inside, because he had a couple of incidents with a vehicle that led me to say, okay, let's look into this. There must be something going on. And then we came to understand what this was. And I also realized that there was also a part of that within me, and I had a headache that day, and my headache actually went away after I did the clearing with my son with the freedom release technique, because I was holding very much the same thing. And again, it's the whole mirror effect thing that me learning about this in his life and inviting to do the clearing was also, he was showing me something that was going on in me. But it was a deep understanding of this piece about the law of attraction, that when it's almost here, we can become impatient, and that creates restriction. So I'm going to start with some light language. I'm going to do toning first, which helps to bring in the ancestors for the light language. And then I'm going to share this story so that you can understand more deeply and fully the way that I came to understand this piece about almost being there and then what can happen. And if it was happening for my son and myself, I have a feeling that there are many people who could benefit from this understanding of knowing about that restriction and how that can then keep the thing that we're desiring away. So we'll start with light language for patience in this law of attraction, patience in manifesting, especially when it gets closer and we see it coming in. Okay. Maktaki ki kalachaka I anatwa ikana. Iktaki kala achwa ikana iktaka atwa e. Uwatlaka ichkana atwa e mikai. Utaka ha kinachaki I alawa e ina. Umati ka ilawala a wa ichkana atwa I. Imaktaka ichkana atwa. O mala, imala, ichkana I, owe takin ikana wa. Umaktakahi kala achkanai. Ichkano miktakaho ikla o ichkana atma ikana ichkai ikla atwa ekana miktalawa e ichkana I maktiaho kakla ichkana miktakawa e chikanayo mikalawa e ina. They're bringing up that oftentimes we also give up before something is about to arrive, and just feel like our desires aren't going to happen, and we kind of let go of it, and that also can impact the manifestation of our desire. So now we'll just anchor in the divine that supports us in being that energetic match for what we desire. Hutakaha mika ikana o, awaklaka chikana atwa e. Ikana o makai ka ilawa achka I akana. Homa taka ilawa ichkana I miki. Iktaka hikala atwa e. Imaktaka ichkana ikanai okana emaka ilawa ichkana ne. Imaka tokala ichkana miktaka ikala atwa ina. Umakaya tuaka ichkana I mikatawa e. Ulaka iana maktaka ikala alawa e. Uchikai ma teka iala neka ilawa uwaka awaka ikakana ilawa e ichna amaka uwitiki utikana atwa e ulakai iana alawa e. I saw a state of being, of knowing that everything I desire is on its way, and having that deep knowing within my heart that everything I ever desire has no choice but to come to me. So it was anchoring in that frame of mind of complete faith and trust in the universe, that everything I desire is just like this, knowing that it's going to show up in this state of joy, even in the knowing that it's just inevitable that it show up as long as it's serving my highest good. Okay, I'll just see if there's anything else they want to anchor in around that. And so it is, dear ones, we would like to say to you that this matter of manifesting that which you desire is shifting and changing all the time, you could say. For as you, as humans, go through this transformation that you are now in, that which you create comes about in a different way. So, as most of you know, in the 3D level of existence, you could be doing things that would not see the return result for years, months. And as you evolve and grow, and as your vibrational frequency increases, as is happening in these times, then the speed to which your manifestations come to you also increases. And it gets to the point where you come to the place where you simply follow your passion, your intuitive nudges, your creative expression that seems to want to flow through you, trusting and knowing that it's going to lead you to something that serves your highest good. So it gets to the point where you pretty much step aside and just see what wants to flow through you each day. It's more like allowing the higher aspect of your soul to bring to you that which serves your highest good. It's the point where you've come to the understanding that your mind, your awareness of what would be wonderful may actually be limiting. And so you come to this state of being open to having inspired desires, and also knowing that what your soul delivers could be more magnificent than you ever imagined. So it's this place of getting out of the way and just allowing life to deliver. And so this process of manifestation changes as you evolve and grow in your own personal evolution. And so this piece that this one is going to share this day is one step in that process. And we would say to you that every step practiced and recognized and then leads you to another level. So by understanding what's going to be shared here about restricting, just doing some clearing, restricting in your energy field as something approaches is a great understanding to know, to have the awareness, so that when you start to feel that lack of patience, you then know, aha, what I'm desiring is close, and so now it's more important than ever before for me to stay open. And so this is how we would like to end this light language session, is with the complete openness that is required when you feel, often unconsciously, but it creates the restriction, that that which you desire is on its way. So we are going to bring through now the light language that allows that openness of that complete faith and trust, that everything that serves your highest good is on your way to you. And if something that you feel you desire does not show up, then it wasn't within your highest good. This complete faith and trust in knowing that that which is for your highest good will come to you, then allows you to relax into the state of intrigue and magic that happens when you follow your nudges, follow your urgings, follow your passion, and allow space for your higher aspect to deliver to you that which would serve your highest good, bring you to a state of joy, create excitement with the exuberance of this new discovery. This is to support you in being the open channel of light that allows that to come to you. Iakna I maktaka ich kala atwa ikna achwa ikna a iktaka atwa e. Uwaklakahi achkani maktakahi kakalatawa e. Ikacho akna ikama atwa e ikna atwa e. Achkahiya nachki atla tikna atwa ekna. I maktaka ichkana atwa e o takai ila alawa e ichkana atika I malawa e ikna atwa e ikna achka I malawa I akna e tikaya ho akna ichkama atwa e I aktaka ki alawa achkani I o takai o taka itlawa atnoa e I Amana ichkana a ikana atwa e ikana atwa e I mala atwa na amaktaki ichkana atwa e kana iloktika hai I achkana yachkana I makai o waktaka iana ma mikai akwa ilaktaka he ikana. Thank you to the ancient ones and those who speak through me to offer the guidance. And now I'll share with you the story of how this came about. I sent a text to my son a couple of days ago just to see how things were going, and he just bought a second-hand car because he moved back to Nova Scotia and has a big camper van and didn't want to be driving that all winter long, and so put that away and bought this car. And he said that when he went to get insurance for the car, because he used to live on the West Coast, they needed some documents from the insurance company on the West Coast, and he either had to go in person or get a notary public to do it, or somebody had to go in person. So he ended up asking someone that he used to work with if they would go and get this insurance document. And several days later now, this still hasn't happened. So there was this delay with him being able to drive this vehicle. And then he was telling me that he borrowed his dad's car since he didn't have a car, and he went into the city to visit some friends and go to a climbing gym, and he left his wallet and his jacket in the car because the lockers aren't really secure in the climbing gym. And so he went climbing with his friends, and he came out, and when he came out, the car was gone. And it turned out he was parked in an illegal spot. He didn't realize it said free parking till 3 o'clock. So he thought it was okay to park there after 3, but 2 signs above the one that he read, it said no parking after that point. So the car got towed away. By this time it was getting into evening. He called the police department, and they needed his identification to release the car to him, and his identification was in the car, and so they wouldn't release the car to him. So he ended up staying all night with friends, and then thankfully one of his friends, it took them some time to walk and get a bus to go see the car, and the other friend, after getting permission from his dad, the other friend was able to get the car out, and on he went. But both these events happening, I knew that this was showing him something, some kind of stall, some kind of delay. And so we did some freedom release technique work together. And what came out in that freedom release is that I immediately, when I checked into his field, I felt restriction in his field. And when I inquired about that, I realized that these troubles with the car was showing him lack of forward movement. You know, he couldn't move forward with his new car, and he couldn't get back home again with his dad's car. And when we looked at this, I was wondering how lack of forward movement was creating restriction in his field. And what came about was he has applied for a job. So he's had 2 casual interviews for this position. And then a position finally got posted. So he was interviewed by this company without an official job being posted. He just sent resumes out because he's looking for work, and they were interested in his resume. So they met him once, and then they invited him to the shop and met him again. And then the job was posted, and they didn't let him know he was posted. And so when I checked into his energy field, I realized that there was fear there that he may not get the job, whereas before he was feeling confident that they had reached out to him. And so we cleared that fear and cleared that restriction. But what I got to see was that when something got closer in his energy field, that's when he constricted. And so it made me realize that when we're close to something, and interestingly, the piece that it was showing me, a friend of mine has a car that they're thinking they may be selling and upgrading, and it's a car that I would really like to have. And so I mentioned to them that, you know, when you upgrade to your other car, I'd like to have first dibs on your car. And I've been waiting for a car like this for quite some time. And so as it came closer, I realized that I was becoming impatient. I was feeling like this person is away until December, and then they'll let me know what's happening with the car. And I'm feeling like I want it tomorrow. Now that I really feel like this is my car, this is my new car. And now that I realize it's here, it's like I want it today. And so I was losing my patience. And that's what my headache was about, was also a kind of restriction about, after having waited months for a vehicle to arrive, suddenly I'm impatient. And my son also, he's an engineer, but he's been out of work for a while because he was working in an industry that didn't resonate with him. And so because he's been out of work for a while, he was thinking about applying for another job that's not engineering, but just something that he could do in the meantime. And so he also asked me about this, and I got a big yes for applying for this other job that actually represented forward motion. And he said, well, how could that be forward motion when I'm just told that I'm meant to wait and be patient? Why would this forward motion then be a good thing? but it was an absolute different energy than the restriction that I was feeling about being connected to the other job. So both of these are jobs, and one is saying wait and be patient, and the other one is said going forward and doing it. And the difference is that the other job it's forward motion in the physical sense. It's like taking action to get work, even if it's not exactly the work that you'd like to be doing. That's in the physical expression. The first one was in the emotional field, and the restriction because of the fear of not getting the job or the impatience in that job coming, that was a restriction in the energetic field. So it was really two different things, and it's almost like applying for the second job that wasn't in engineering will help to activate the energy for the engineering job. It's like forward motion in the physical that could then open up things in the energetic field as well. So I hope this helps to explain. I realized when all of this happened, this whole law of attraction thing, and I know it's a big thing, and I also know that it doesn't give all the answers for people, and I also know that it's very common that we get to like 99% of the way there for what we're wanting to manifest, and then we give up feeling like it's never going to come. And I think that's the point where we can feel it coming into our vibrational field, whether we're conscious of that or not. My deepest understanding of this was, as we feel our desired manifestation really coming into our energy field, because it's getting close, that's when we get triggered and we become impatient. That impatience causes us to restrict our energy field, which then means we're not open to allowing that manifestation to come in. We restrict our field and we hold it away. When we move into that energy of impatience, it actually can keep what we're desiring away because it changes our vibration. Our vibration becomes restricted, so a lower vibration that then isn't going to allow this new manifestation that we want to come into our experience. So it's really important when we've put something out there and there's something that we want to attract into our lives, if you get to the point where you become really impatient, pay attention and know you can listen to this light language again, because this was to help us open up. It's really important then to just go into that place of trusting. I know that everything that serves me is always going to find its way to me. I know my higher self, my inner wisdom, the all that is choosing to express joy and grace through me. I know that everything that is meant to be mine will always be. And just give yourself all these positive statements so that you can stay in that place of openness while that energy of the manifestation is coming closer and closer and closer. You can just keep yourself really open to receiving it. And I felt that in the clearing, in the light language part of it. They were opening our hearts to receive that, anchoring it in, and also anchoring in that that joy of knowing that everything is coming to you. And the more we can be in that state of grace and that state of knowing and just accepting and being open to receiving and being patient while all of this unfolds, and sort of turning a blind eye to what's in our life experience if it feels out of alignment with what we want, or you can certainly explore what it is, like we did with my son with the freedom release technique. I was able to immediately go in and read his field. And so if you'd like to have a session with that, just check the link below for my website. And also I have light language sound essences that can also do things very quickly to help make a shift for you. So just remember to stay in that place of openness and grace and receiving and trusting and knowing that life is here to serve you. Life always wants to bring us what is in the best for us. So thanks for being present once again. Please subscribe and share if you enjoy receiving this information. It's a great support to me to continue to bring this work forward, and I'm sending so much love to you. All the best.